Despite Ezekiel Elliott holding out, the All-Pro running back has still cracked the top 20 on the NFL Network and ESPN's list of the top 100 players entering this season. Dak Prescott, on the other hand, did not make the cut for either. NFL Network analyst James Jones. James, good to have you with us.
Good morning.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Good to see y'all.
You've been lighting it up over there on that other network.
Man, I'm trying to make it. Hey, I'm trying to be like y'all.
You now are on the record saying that the Cowboys need Zeke in order to reach the Super Bowl. So, how much more valuable is Zeke over Dak?
You just said it. If you want to win the Super Bowl, you get Zeke in the building. With Zeke not in that building, defensive coordinators are not losing sleep.
Not losing sleep, Skip. Wide awake.
With Zeke in the building,
over there?
with Zeke in the building, these defensive coordinators are losing sleep. How do we stop Zeke? What does that do for Dak? That makes it easy for Dak because now it's 8 in the box. You're going to get one-on-one coverage. Who else does that make it easier on? Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper is a very good wide receiver. If he gets man-to-man, he's going to win every time. And the separation is going to be very good. Dak can make these easy throws. With Zeke not there, now you could play coverage. Now you force Dak to throw the ball into tight windows, to throw his receivers open. He has not been able to do that consistently. He may have a good game here, may have a good game there, but consistently he has not been able to do that. So there is no Super Bowl without Zeke in the building because I don't think Dak's right arm could take the Dallas Cowboys with a good defense to the Super Bowl. So, Jerry, if you want to make it to the Super Bowl, you have to get 21 in the building. I understand the young boy could play, but you're not getting off the bus as a defense saying we have to stop Tony Pollard.
Wait,
you're not.
No, you're talking about Mike Pollard.
Mike.
He calls him Mike Pollard.
You're not.
We've corrected.
Yes, you're not getting off the bus as a defense saying we have to stop him. Dak will have to beat us, and I don't think Dak can do that consistently. You might, in this division, you might win 9 games, 10 games, but when you get in the playoffs, if you do not have Zeke, you're not going to make a playoff run. You will not win a Super Bowl.
I was watching Saturday, NFL Network. This man called for his camera to tell Jerry Jones.
I told
Jerry, wise up. You're going nowhere without 21.
These GMs, I mean, it's crazy, these owners and GMs. When you have an opportunity to go win a Super Bowl, you let a couple dollars stop you from getting one of your best players in the building, and your window's going to close. I don't understand the Chargers. You have Phillip Rivers for a little while long. Get Melvin in there. You have an opportunity to go make a run. Get Zeke in the building. You have a very young core. You have an opportunity to go make a run for a long time. And if you don't do that, you are going to lose this season. And at the end of the season, you're going to think Tony Pollard could have did it, but he's not Zeke. Zeke is arguably the best back in our game today.
I had to get me a mint, Skip, so I'm not able to talk right now. You go ahead.
Really? Yeah. Why are you sucking on a mint?
Feeling you liked that.
You hear the man, what he spoke,
Does that mean that sucks?
No. What he said is everything I've been trying to tell you for 3 years, Skip, and now you hear it from a different voice.
Now we have somebody else who's wrong on this show.
Oh, my goodness. There's one guy wrong on here, Skip, if you're going the other route.
I want to be very clear about this.
Okay.
I have fought him on this point about Zeke. I call Ezekiel Elliott the best running back in football.
He is.
We were preaching to each other's choir on that. He calls Saquon. For a while, he tried to do Le'Veon. Now he's off Le'Veon's bandwagon.
The man missed the whole year.
He did.
Okay,
That's
whatever.
what he does.
But in the end, just by the simple virtue of the position that the quarterback plays, he is more valuable than the running back. And my quarterback, I've said this before, I'm going to say it one more time for this man's benefit, he has become the most underappreciated, under-respected, and finally underrated quarterback in the whole National Football League because we've now had, 3 straight top 100 kind of lists? He doesn't even make the top 100. What? This is a man.
I think the reason is he don't make the top 100 is because his numbers without Zeke. His numbers without Zeke go way, 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 way down. I mean, he's 3-3, 5 touchdowns, 7 picks. With Zeke, he's a totally different quarterback. So in the top 100, when these players are voting, you're thinking about that. Can he win without Zeke? I don't know. So that doesn't put him in the top 100 as a player.
He's a top 50 current Cowboy.
So Zeke was 100% healthy for the first 8 games last year, and they fell to 3-5. So Zeke couldn't rise above that.
And they made a run, though.
Yeah. Guess what happened? Jerry went out and got him a real bona fide #1 wide receiver.
Who's seen a lot of man-to-man.
Okay, I got you. But still, Dak has never, to that point, he had never had anybody he could trust as a one, as somebody I can trust on 3rd and 6. I can go there, and he's going to catch it for me.
Very true.
He's going to get open, because Dez Bryant and Dak were never on the same wavelength. And you, the Hall of Famer, dismissed Dez Bryant as a broken-down shell of himself in 2017.
Yeah, he was.
So that's what you're stuck with when you lose Zeke.
So
you
this
don't even have.
This is the difference, though. When you get Amari Cooper compared to a Dez Bryant, Amari Cooper is a route runner.
Yep.
And if you're a route runner and you're seeing man-to-man coverage, you are going to get separation.
Yes.
Amari Cooper is special off the line of scrimmage. And the reason why I say Dak needs Zeke is because you get man-to-man, he needs to see separation. He's not going to be able to have Coop have a DB lean over and throw him open. And that's what Coop gives him. Coop is going to win the route, and you're going to see his separation is going to be from me to you. That's what Dak needs to see. But without Zeke there, he's not going to get that man-to-man coverage, so it's going to be tighter windows to make these throws. And that's why I said Zeke helps everybody, including Coop. They are all good players, but Zeke makes them much better.
Okay, we've never done this before, but if I have to split the credit for the 2 division championships that they have won in the 3 years those two have been together, I'm still going 60% Dak, 40% Zeke. If we just have to split it between those two, because my quarterback has led the National Football League over his first 3 years in game-winning drives. My quarterback has outplayed other great quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers 3 times. Jared Goff was number 48 on this list, and he's outplayed him twice. And in the biggest picture, he set the all-time record for completion percentage of a quarterback in his first 3 years. And finally, once he got Amari, he just took off last year. They went 8-2, including the 2 playoff games, and he was #1 in passes completed over the last 10 games in the National Football League. And I don't want to bore you with all the stats, but his stats said he was a top 5 performer among quarterbacks over the last 10 games of last year. Russell Wilson was what? How high was he? Like 9 on that list? He outplayed Russell head-to-head at Jerry World in a playoff game, had a QBR of 74-70 for Russell Wilson, because this young man can play. This young man can throw. And by the way, last quick point, the defending champion Eagles, in that 10-game stretch, he met him twice. He outplayed Carson Wentz twice, and in 2 fourth quarters and an overtime against the defending champs, he threw for a combined total of 331 yards, 24 of 28 with 4 touchdowns and no interceptions. That's hard to do if you're just average and you don't belong in the top 100.
If you put a Zeke behind an Aaron Rodgers, Carson Wentz, and they get man-to-man coverage.
Put him in that offense with that offensive line.
Oh, my goodness. Man-to-man coverage across the board. Like, I seen it with my own eyes. We are seeing cover 2. We are seeing 55 press man-to-man. When we got Eddie Lacy, we like 1 high, man. Like, where did this come from? It's so much easier. I couldn't imagine a big-time quarterback with Zeke in the backfield and just able to throw one-on-one coverage. That's what he gives Dak, and that's why Dak is able to be as good as Dak is.
Who led the National Football League during the playoffs in rushing last year? Who led? New England?
New England did.
Oh, okay. How did that happen? That's very interesting. There's not one guy, although Sony was
the run
emerging.
game helped him win that Super Bowl.
Because you know why? I don't believe Sonny Michel can do this. I know what 12 can do. He got 5 of these things. So I know what he can do. I've seen him throw for 500, 400, 400.
Which one? Who are you talking about?
Tom Brady.
Oh, he's got 6 of these things.
No, I'm saying before going to. So players, so coordinators know.
Yeah.
I know Tom can beat me throwing it. I would rather you run the football because I don't want the ball in Tom's hand. If Tom puts the ball if Tom puts the ball in Burkhead's belly or Sonny Michel's belly, I got a better chance of beating you. Tom Brady, I know what Tom Brady can do. Skip, if you look at the Cowboys, their best 2 seasons in the last decade, you look at 2014 and 2016, what did they do? They led the NFL in run. DeMarco Murray had over 1,800. Tony Romo did. DeMarco Murray was Offensive Player of the Year. Tony Romo finished 2nd in the MVP voting. Dak Prescott in 2016. Zeke Elliott over 1,600. Dak was the Rookie of the Year. Skip, they've set this offense up to run. If you can run it, They're going to drop that 8th guy down. You're going to get single high. Yep. But then when they start going cover 6, they 6 kick. They go quarters. Oh, no. He can't throw. Skip, I gave you the numbers.
Every offense is set up to run. That's the name of the game. No. It makes it easier. Yes, it is.
But, yeah, we might set it up to run, but we ain't got Zeke in that offensive line to run behind.
Why does Dan Marino have no Super Bowls? Why?
Because
he said, I don't want a running game.
Because in 16 years, he had one guy to make 1,000 yards.
That's the route the Cowboys going. If you don't want to win, you don't want to win. You don't want a Super Bowl.
You don't want to win. Don't put Zeke in.
Just watch them win the first 2 games without Zeke.
They might. I'm telling you, they might win a couple games. But when you get in the playoffs and you make this playoff push, you are not.
You're going to get a false sense. You're going to fall into that trap like Jerry. You're going to beat the Giants, who's not very good. You're going to beat Washington, who's not very good with Case Keenum. And you're going to get this false sense that, man, we can do this without Zeke.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
One of these days soon, you're going to have to sit over there and say, you know what? Your quarterback's really good. You're going to have to say that.
I hope so.
Skip, you see, all I'm saying, okay, Skip, this is what we do. We're on a seesaw. One side up, one side down. Your guy right here in the middle. He ain't on the bad side. He ain't on the good side. He in the middle. Once you accept that, he's a middle-of-the-road quarterback. You're going to be just fine. But you don't want to accept that.
Wow. That running back was so good against the Rams, he went nowhere.
You took one game.
Yes.
You took one game.
It was the game.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Good stuff, guys. James, thank you for joining us. I know Shannon appreciated the direction you went there.
He needed help.
And just a reminder, NFL Network exclusively carries Thursday night football games week 2 and 3 before Fox and Amazon Prime join in on the action starting week 4 with Eagles-Packers. So appreciate your stuff, James. Good to have you. Who is going to win the Heisman this season? Yeah, why not go there? Joel Klatt joins us next to tell us what he thinks.